Hello everyone, welcome to the Sweden Chapters YouTube channel. So this is our first episode of our entire Swedish journey that we started from, and we have now arrived in Sweden, and we thought of bringing you some important information that might help you out when you come here and when you try to establish. So from wherever you are watching this video, we'd happy if you subscribe and like our videos, and of course share this with your friends and family, and then please let us know your thoughts on the content that we share. Maybe we can improve our contents in our upcoming videos. So let's go to our video. So today we are going to talk about three important requirements that everyone would need once they arrived in Sweden. So number one is a personal number. This is quite similar to sort of an identification method that in other countries generally have, but in Sweden it's a 12-digit number that you have to get it as soon as you've landed in Sweden. So this contains some of your personal details, which I don't want to disclose in this video due to the security reasons. But at any cost, you should not share these personal number with anyone if you don't know the purpose that you are actually going to share with. If it's a job-related requirement, and it is fine, but there are other facilities you may need this personal number to be present. But unless otherwise, you are not authorized to share this personal number with anyone, because this can be used as an entry point to any scam that is obviously happening in any country in the world. So the first thing that you should do is to find the Skatpaket, the tax agency in your city where I'm going to reside. So in Trollhättan, it's just down the city we found, and then once we go there, we just have to take a registration number, where we will be accompanied by a couple of Skatpaket agents, and they will let you know what needs to be done. So in general, if you are a single person who have entered Sweden, then you may have to carry your original birth certificate, your passport, and then if you are a student, you have to present your student university acceptance letter, and you may have any other identification from your country that you might have bought. You can present to them. They would decide whether they want it or not, but ensure that all are original copies. If you have misplaced the original copies, it has to be a true copy certified by the governing body of your country. If you are married, then you have to present your original marriage certificate, and quite importantly, you have to carry the translations of all these documents. So your birth certificate, your marriage certificate, if it is possible, your country's your identification translation, and ensure those have been attested by the foreign ministry. That would add more credibility to the documents you are going to provide to Skatpaket. Also, you have to take your resident permit card that you may have received, and it is better or always advisable to take your housing contract, your apartment contract with you to find out some of the details of where you live correctly, and your apartment number, the post box number. These might help you to provide the accurate details for you to receive the personal number via post. Once you've submitted these documents to the Skatpaket, they will take you through the online process of applying for the personal number. So if you are not familiar with Swedish language, they are very much competent of being communicating in English. So they will take you through the entire process of how to fill the required information in that online form. So once the form is filled, they will check whether the details are all correct, and then you will get a photocopy of the receipt, sort of a document that says you have completed submitting a form to obtain a personal number. So the timelines vary, I believe, depending on the cities. Some may have say it's 2 to 3 weeks for you to get the personal number, but in Trollhättan we received in within just 1 week of time. It's easy, so there's a website called hita.se. So after a week of time, you can search your name and see in that website to see whether your details are being populated. If it does, then you straight away have to go to the Skatpaket and inform them you are able to see your information in hita.se website. Then they will check, and also they will provide you the personal number and the other details that is you should keep with you to proceed to the next step of obtaining a Swedish identification card. So the next important identification is your Swedish identity card. Even though you have a personal number, you would not be able to do or obtain a lot of facilities without your Swedish identity card. But the process is quite easy from here onwards. So when you go to the Skatpaket to obtain your personal number, you can directly make an appointment for you to get your Swedish ID card number. So at that point, they will take your details from your personal number. So you don't need to provide those details repeatedly. So Skatpaket agents will direct you how to register for the Swedish identification appointment also. You have to pay each 400 krona. That means if it's two, it's 800 krona. And you might not have a bank account or any other way of doing a transaction, but they will direct you to authorized money exchange agencies which is available. Skatpaket will be giving you a voucher. We have to go to the place that they are suggesting and provide them, and they will do the required payment on behalf of us by taking a small commission. That's about 70 krona per transaction. On your appointment day, you have to present that receipt to the Skatpaket agent. So at that point, they will go through your personal numbers, and you have to take your details of the photocopy that you have received once you've saying that you've obtained your personal number, and then you will have to submit the receipt of the payment and your resident permit card as well to the Skatpaket agent. So they will go through, and they will by themselves they will do all the required details filling to the identification forms. We just have to do two things. One is present ourselves to the camera and take a picture for the identification card and provide your signature. So that's a 10-minute work that you'd be doing at that point. And then they will inform you within 2 weeks of time, you will receive a message or rather email to your email address saying that you have your identification cards are ready and you could come and collect. And after you receive that message, you just can go to the Skatpaket and collect your ID card. Next very important access that you should have is a bank account. So Sweden is one of the countries that transforming into cashless economy. So that means every transaction mostly here done by cards, debit cards, but there are cash payments available. But the country's goal is to become a cashless economy in future. So everyone mostly, 99 or 100%, they will have card payments available in all the shops that you would go here. So it is very important for you to have a bank account and a debit card here. So there are many banks in Sweden which has a great reputation. Nordea Bank, Svenska, Skandinaviska, Swedbank, SEB Bank. There are plenty. So you would need to go visit a few banks. We visited about 4 banks and get the details from them and how to open a bank account. So it's a must that we should have a Swedish identity card for us to open a bank account. And if you are a student, Your student university acceptance letter is a must, and if you are working, your work contract is must. So the process is little bit tough, I believe, than the other places that I have been, because the banking economy in Sweden is very strong. So they are highly focused about how the people are getting money, be it from an international transaction or internal transaction. They are very particular about how the cash is being transferred into the account. So they have a strict way of monitoring the fund transactions in Sweden. The process of obtaining an account may vary depending on the bank you are visiting. Sometimes you may have to go to take an appointment and doing these things, but some banks, they do the application forms that require to be filled. So you can come back fill all the details, and when you have obtained your Swedish ID, you can go and submit the application. So within 3 weeks, as they have mentioned, we might be able to receive the confirmation of having a bank account. So if you are a student, it's pretty straightforward, as long as you have your student university acceptance letter, and the way of convincing them that you might need some expenses to be done in Sweden, and you have to transfer your cash from your country to your account. But if you are a dependent, there may be some problems unless if you have a work contract. But if you don't have a work contract, almost all the banks would deny that the purpose of having a bank account is not comply. So we can't just go and open a bank account. So those are the 3 important things I think I want to share with you today: the personal number, Swedish identification number, as well as the Swedish bank account. So I hope you really got something out from this details I shared with you. If you do have any questions, please leave a comment. I will try to answer the questions up to my knowledge, and certainly I will do some research, and maybe I can give you some more informations that might help you out. So that's the end of today's video, and I'm hoping to see you in the next one.